So I'm Cecelia Thompson, and I was graduating from college as a bright-eyed student, wondering what in the world I was going to do, and was introduced to the Guilford Green Foundation by the Community Foundation here. I was an intern at the Community Foundation, and we were having a lot of talks about how we make change in our community, and we do it through philanthropy. And it happened to be that Guilford Green was partnering with the Community Foundation on a national matching grant. And they asked me if I would be someone who would be interested in sort of assisting in the process of doing so. And so, knowing very little about an LGBT community anywhere, more particularly an LGBT community in Greensboro, I really thought that was a great place to start my career, and joined with them to help them with this national matching grant. And really soon after sort of figured out what Guilford Green was, in the sense that they were not just a grant-making entity that had their hands in counties across the triad in terms of making an impact through gifts to nonprofits. They were really sort of a social enabler for a community of LGBT people that wanted to get involved in the community, and was really taken by that, and taken by the people that were behind this organization. And as the first staff person who came along, I really realized the power of philanthropy, more than just in terms of dollars, and really in terms of the impact of the people's time that they were giving and their treasure. And so Guilford Green is a grant-making entity to start with, in terms of their impact of the gifts that they're making to really hardworking nonprofits that are making a tangible impact on our LGBT community here in Greensboro and in the 4 counties that surround us, but also in terms of how they bring people together in this community through some really wonderful events, from Green Queen Bingo, where we see folks from all over the triad come to Greensboro and have a night sort of where they feel like this is a place where they belong. And that was really important to us when we were doing bingo. And as we did that, we would add other events, from their grant-making event to sometimes they had a Halloween party, sometimes they do a wreath party we did back in the day. And all of these things really meant more than just bringing people together. It was really about creating community, bringing in straight allies into that community, and making sure that our LGBT community had a place in Greensboro. I do think a straight ally is someone who is committed to an LGBT community, whether or not they have a personal commitment to it. I think folks ask me that a lot, do you have a family member that's gay, or is your best friend gay, or all those questions. But I think that's really it. It's not just about giving to Guilford Green or bragging to folks that you're a Guilford Green supporter, but really sort of being there in the shadow and being there in the light, in terms of standing by someone in an awkward situation, or putting yourself in the paper and saying, I'm going to stand next to these folks and stand up for them. I remember the first time that we invited a transgender person to our board, and how welcoming they were to her, and also to her friends and the people that were in her support advocacy organizations. And so that's really an example of a board that doesn't have very big walls, and I think that means something for a nonprofit in terms of inclusivity, especially since that's their mission, is to be inclusive. And so they continue to add young people to the board, students to the board, reach out to different perspectives, to always sort of have that ear on what are the needs of this community, and how can we be as impactful as possible at that point in time. And so Guilford Green's going to be around for a really long time, I think, and it has an amazing group of people, both straight and gay and bisexual and transgendered, and from all colors of the rainbow. They're coming together to really make a big impact, and so I'm just proud to be a part of it.